Hey there, welcome back to High Infidelity, the best channel for cheating stories. Like and subscribe to channel for more spicy stories. Now, let's get into today's story video. My 26 male, fiancé, 26 female, pressured me into. With a married woman, 45 female, because she previously had. With her and her husband, 47 male. And says I had a better deal because I did it with the wife only. It's done for me. My fiancé had an affair with a married couple in June of this year, which I found after he proposed to me, 45 female and 47 male. Around the beginning of August, she began telling me about a guy who was interested in watching me have experiences with his wife, and I began to believe her. To be honest, I was adamant about not doing so at first. I was aware of what it was, yet it always seemed to be alien to me. My fiancé, on the other hand, began pleading with me, telling me, among other things, that the wife finds me attractive and that she would love to have me, and in the manner in which she desires. After much deliberation, I agreed to the condition that, despite the fact that I'm having intercourse with another woman, I would be upset if she was having relations with another guy at the same time. As a result, she should avoid approaching me in the future. I was a complete jerk and a complete stupid. Everything is in a full and utter state of disarray. The **** in which I now find myself is the result of 5 years of my life's work. I had relations with my wife over the course of a weekend in early September. On that particular day, the spouse was there in the home with the children. The intercourse was fantastic, but things began to become odd later on, and I was forced to leave the room. I was texting with my wife, and we were having a good time. And, since my fiancé and future wife had asked more, I had with her a total of 4 more times after that. It wasn't until 2 weeks ago that she finally revealed the true motive for her actions. As a result of the 3 of them having relations with her, she felt bad about herself. As a result, he desired that I have relations with his wife in order to make himself feel better. When I explained how that made her or me feel good, she responded by saying that I had gotten, even while her husband was not in the room with her. I was able to complete it with simply my wife present, but he was required to do it with both of his wives. Furthermore, he claimed to have had an experience within his wife rather than outside of her. While I was doing it, my wife was keeping an eye on me. Feelings arose inside me when I was in the company of another lady. As a result, I believe I obtained a better bargain than the majority of the population. This logical fallacy's characteristics are as follows. Even worse, I can't believe that horrible F***ck could possibly touch me with the tips of his fingers without breaking his nose. I'm going to spend the night alone in a hotel room to think things over. Just a few days before, the husband and wife had attempted to contact me without success. I yelled at them and ordered them to get the F***ck out of my yard. The degenerate SL***T wife and her degenerate SL***T husband have complete freedom to F***ck themselves anywhere they choose. When I indicated I was contemplating ending the relationship, I wasn't talking to the current state of the relationship. I haven't told her yet, but the relationship is officially over for me. She calls me at least 30 times a day, 7 days a week, and she doesn't stop. The fact that she has every right to F***ck her own F***ck as I walk out of this hole, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next and what I want to accomplish. The first several days were very uncomfortable. However, I am beginning to feel better. On my good days, I daydream about a stunning 30s/40s lady that I met a few days ago in a hotel and thought was rather lovely. She is the object of my fantasies. When I have the urge, all I want to do is stomp on something and rip it apart. In the end, I decided not to do it since I did not want to be saddled with a substantial sum of money. And again, doing so would only serve to make me seem even more illiterate. Thinking about it now, my impression is that the relationship came to a close when she insisted on my having relations with another woman. Why? I was perplexed since her motivations were completely beyond my comprehension. Whatever. I'm not sure whether it was the best place to terminate the conversation. I'll get back to her in 2 days with a response. I have no interest in extending our conversation, so I'm simply going to contact her and let her know that I'm done for the time being and that I appreciate her understanding. That will be followed by a trip to pick up my possessions later in the week, which will take place in 2 days. Although the residence belongs to her, I was in charge of collecting the rent. It will only be in effect for the next 2 months. As a result, I'm going to pay her rent in cash and then walk away from the situation. Other than that, I'm at a loss on how to express myself. Is this a good development or a negative one? Is it even necessary for me to make a gift at this time? I'm just trying to get out from here as soon as I possibly can. What would you do if you were in this situation? What are your thoughts? And do you have any other suggestions for me? Edit 1. For those who are curious, our finances are completely independent. As a result, no shared accounts, etc. She had a few critical pieces of information on me, including my Instagram password and the same for a few emails. As a result of a suggestion from a commenter, I have altered them. Edit 2. For those who are curious as to why I went to her 4 more times, the answer is simple. This was done because she asked me to and because my ex-fiancé thought it was. My wife and I were communicating via text messages. There was also my ex-fiancé there in the group, and she would inquire about me, with my ex-fiancé doing the most of the talking. She would inquire about her baby at odd intervals, and my ex-fiancé would respond by snapping a photo of me and posting it on social media. She inquired as to whether I would be interested in having, and my ex-fiancé would tell me that she thought it was hot. Update. On Sunday, November 27, I sent a text message to my wife. She subsequently phoned me and we discussed the specifics of the situation. So my ex-fiancé began sleeping with her, telling her that I was okay with it. I never knew about any of this. This occurred around the month of March. This continued for a month at a time. If I was cool with it, she expressed an interest in sleeping with me. My ex-fiancé strongly objected and informed her that I did not want to. Later in June, the spouse came to see them for the first time. I inquired about the specifics that my ex-fiancé had shared with me, including the fact that the husband was not within her, my ex-fiancé, but rather inside his wife. It felt strange, but I simply wanted to know if what they were saying was genuine. Because my ex-fiancé claimed that I received a better bargain because I only had intercourse with the wife 5 times, during which I was within the wife on each occasion. Everything is out of the ordinary. According to her, this was correct, wife. I inquired as to whether it had happened just once or whether she was simply lying to me, and she confirmed that it had occurred. Later, she expressed regret for everything that had happened and said that she had no idea what had happened. I was in agreement with her as well. Then, on Wednesday, my wife and I got together, deck 1. She treated me to a cup of coffee. She was interested in knowing what I was going to do from here on out. I informed her that my relationship with my former boyfriend was coming to an end. She asked me not to tell anybody about our encounter, including her husband and my ex-fiancé. I was in agreement. None of it bothers me in the slightest. That was the last time she and I had a conversation. I have no intention of seeing her again. It's not that I despise her. Simply said, it's preferable this way. On Thursday, December 2, I returned to our home. On Friday, December 3, I fled with all of my belongings, with the assistance of a buddy from work, and I am presently residing at his home. I had already informed her that I needed some alone time. As a result, she was accompanied by her sister. I spent the whole evening of Thursday packing and departed early the following morning. We met at her residence, and I handed her the keys. We had a good conversation for nearly an hour. In a nutshell, I informed her that I was through with her and that we should never speak again. She expressed her dissatisfaction by arguing. I, on the other hand, remained steadfast in my resolve. She's been barred from every entrance. That's all there is to it. Thank you to everyone who left comments and spoke with me. In case you're still not sure what I'm talking about, the wife in this photo is not my wife. She's the married lady with whom I had an affair. Thank you for taking the time to read this.